Good morning, YouTube. It is your boy back at it with another beautiful riding day, episode number 3. We're out here doing it for Dale today, guys, I'm telling you. Well, they're behind me, so you can't really see them. We got Sean on his Rebel 500 and Mike on his Harley-Davidson Electric Glide Ultra Limited. I believe that's right. Or Ultra Classic Limited. I'm not sure. It's the one with the hard bags and the top box. So today's episode is going to be just a little bit different, mainly because there's a topic that I want to try to stay directed on. Why you, not me, but you as the viewer, should ride a motorcycle. There are a few genuine reasons that I feel, I mean, they're opinions, they're my opinions, so they may be true, they may not be true, but then again, this is my video, so it goes the way I fucking want it to. Let's see if I can get this guy to honk his horn. Let's go ahead and define what the word motorcycle means in the context of this conversation. In this context, when I say motorcycle, I am meaning a machine that has an engine, 2 wheels. 1 wheel in the front, 1 wheel in the back. Okay? I'm not counting trikes, I am not counting 4-wheelers, Can-Ams, nothing. Polaris Slingshot also doesn't count, and I can go ahead and tell you it's because it has a fucking steering wheel and a cage over the top. It is not a fucking motorcycle, it is a car. I don't care. Fuck off. So let's look at a couple reasons why you would not want to ride a motorcycle. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way real quick so we don't have to come back to it. It's dangerous. Absolutely. 100%. Motorcycling is dangerous. No matter if you're on the street, dirt, anywhere. It's all dangerous. On the dirt, I mean, I don't really have a lot of experience on dirt, except for technically being a scramble guy with this thing and some of my other bikes that I've had. But you could fall, break your leg. I've seen videos of guys getting impaled by tree roots. I mean, my God. Now, is that going to happen to you if you ride a dirt bike? Probably not, but it could happen. There's always the unknown. Street biking, do I really have to stress how dangerous street biking is? I mean, fuck, dude, you're literally on a highway with cars, traffic, all this other stuff, and you mean just regular traffic accidents. Let's just go ahead and look at it. So now that we got the danger out of the way, what else is a reason that you would not want to ride a motorcycle? It's expensive. Yes and no. That's a double-edged sword. That is a double entendre of an answer. It's not technically right, but it's also not technically wrong. Motorcycling can be expensive. It can be cheap. It depends on what you're doing, what you're looking at, and really how much money you really got. So let's look at the why it's too expensive aspect. Well, let's just go ahead and call it how it is. If you're looking at buying a Harley-Davidson or a fucking Indian, yeah, you're probably going to be spending a lot of money. Those are the American bikes, and everything in America costs a little bit more. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are cheap Harleys, there are cheap Indians. Okay, there you go. There are cheap motorcycle options out there, even from the expensive motorcycle brands. But there is also this too. You have stuff like Yamahas, Hondas, Kawasaki, Suzuki. Hell, I'm pretty sure you can even get cheap Triumphs and Ducatis from some places. I don't recommend it, mainly because if it's a cheap Triumph or a cheap Ducati, there's a reason it's cheap, if you catch my drift. But we're gonna stick to the big American 2, Harley and Indian, and then the big Japanese 4, which is what I said, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Honda. Okay, between Harley and Indian, yes, they are pretty expensive, but you get what you pay for. You get American heritage, you get really cool looking bikes, really cool sounding bikes, and you also get, you know, something that you can turn into your own. Harley-Davidsons especially, those bikes are literally roll off the showroom floor with the intention of them not being stock by the end of their lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, a Harley Davidson is not meant to be stock its entire life, and that's not how it's designed to be. You know, an Indian, they're kind of following suit. Yeah, they make expensive bikes, but they make pretty damn good bikes. As far as it goes, from what I hear anyway, I've never ridden an Indian. I've only ridden one Harley too. They're more reliable than a Harley Davidson. So there you go. You pay for the heritage, the awesome look, the awesome sound, and you get reliability. Okay, yeah, but you pay a pretty high price tag. Okay, all that said, let's look across the pond a little bit, if you will, and check out the Japanese bikes. Kawasaki, cheap. Yamaha, cheap. Hondas, can be cheap. Suzuki, fucking cheap. Let's look at it. Let's just be real with it. Out of the Japanese Big Four, no matter what type of motorcycling you want to get into, they have a budget-friendly option. Dirt bikes, cruisers, touring bikes, ADV, sport bikes, they have a little bit of everything. And all of them are reasonably priced. That takes care of motorcycling is too expensive. It's not too expensive. You make it expensive. You got to find the right one. If you really, really if you're really wanting a motorcycle and you're really thinking about getting one, the right bike is out there for you for the right price. And if you go to a dealership, you can haggle with them. I'm saying you can. Especially if you get lucky. If you get lucky at dealerships, you could talk to them because they're human beings at the end of the day, and they want you to get that bike because they want your money. But they also want you to come back because they want to make more of your money. Think about that. So we've already talked about the cons of why you should not ride a motorcycle. It's dangerous and it's too expensive. Well, we've also kind of debunked it. It's dangerous, yes, but it's a risk worth taking, in my opinion. Also, it's only as dangerous as you make it. You have to expect the unexpected. That's the thing that always gets people. Is it expensive? Yes, if you let it become expensive. If you keep buying stuff, if you buy the wrong bike, if you overpay, yes, it can be expensive if you're not smart about it. So look at the cons. All the cons, the two cons that I've come up with why you should not buy a bike or ride a motorcycle are basically, if you're stupid, yeah, they're bad things. But if you're smart and you have a good working brain, which I'd like to think most of you do, boom, there you go. All right, so at this point, I've only given two cons. Those are really the only ones I can think of off the top of the old noggin. And I also don't like talking about cons of motorcycling because I love motorcycling. I want to talk about all the pros, all the awesome things that come out of riding motorcycles. Like that fucking view. Look at it. It is literally a Bob Ross painting, and I am in it. Kinda. Damn it, I'm gonna have to say it. Freedom. Literal freedom. Freedom to, I mean, all this right here, I can reach out and touch any of this. You know what I mean? I am not enclosed in any kind of case. I'm not protected. I'm exposed. I'm out in the elements. It makes you feel more one with the rest of the world. I don't really know how to explain it. If you ride a motorcycle, you understand that. There's solitude in it. I mean, you put your helmet on, especially if you don't have like a Bluetooth headset or anything like that where you can talk on the phone. You're by yourself. You can be alone with your thoughts. It's like a meditating thing. And that's one of the things that draws me to it personally is I can be alone. I can be alone with my thoughts. I love my family. I love my friends. But man, sometimes I just got to be alone. I have to have my own time to, regulate my mental health, to regulate myself. If I don't ride a motorcycle for 3 days, I start to feel a certain type of way about things. And as soon as I get back on the bike, buddy, let me tell you, I'm good. It's the freedom of everything. The freedom, the solitude, just the peace of it. The meditative feeling you get from riding. That's pro number one. Pro number two of why you should ride a motorcycle. Look at yourself in the mirror. What do you see? You don't own a motorcycle. You have a family. A little bit of a dad bod. But you know what? Life is okay. You wake up every morning. You go to your job, you don't have any other extracurricular hobbies because you got to work to provide for the kids and the wife and the house and the cars and the cat and the dog. So you work, you leave work, you go home, You just kind of do little mundane tasks around the house until it's time to get the kids ready to go to bed. You get the kids to go to bed, and then you try to get yourself a little bit of nookie, and your wife's like, oh, I got a headache. Well, guess what, bud? You're going to bed with blue balls. Or you got to hit it with a little bit of But let's play that same scenario, but add a motorcycle. You wake up in the morning, got to get ready for work. You get your shit together, you brush your teeth, comb your hair, grab your helmet, grab your jacket, grab your gloves, put all that shit on, and you get out there on that motorcycle. And your fucking 20-minute commute to work just became your fucking solace of the day. You got to ride your motorcycle for 20 minutes to go leave a house that you feel depressed at, to go to a job that you fucking hate. And then you're at that job for 8, 10, 12 hours. And guess what? When that 12-hour shift is over, you get to put your helmet on, put your jacket on, strap up your fucking gloves, turn that key, crank that badass motherfucker up, and fucking get it! You get to go all the fucking way, boys! That's what it's fucking about. Mundane life is something that is killing all of us. Let's just be real. Honestly, I've kind of lost track of what I was talking about. I don't know what pro number I'm on or what anything else. But you know what? I don't care. You know why? Because I'm fucking on a motorcycle. Look at this. See that? That's throttle. You know what I get to do? Anytime I feel like it, I can just roll that bad boy, speed up a little bit, or let up off of it. And that is my therapy right there. I don't know how... What the fuck are you doing? What you doing, big dog? Sean, you're badass, man. You're fucking badass. That's just my 2 cents. If you want a bike, get a bike. If you don't want a bike, have you ever tried it? Think about that. Hey guys, I was working on this episode, and that's when I realized that I never filmed an outro. Apparently I turned the camera off before I said goodbye, so bye. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to further drive home my point that it is your choice whether or not you want to actually get into something like riding motorcycles or whatever. I just feel that you should at least try it before you say no to it. You don't know you don't like it until you try it. It's your boy Dave, signing off. Remember, it's okay to be a stray. Peace.